Hi folks, so let's talk a little bit more about job stress and how you can recognize some of the signs of stress. Obviously, if you're feeling anxious or irritable, you're not interested in your work, you're probably thinking so much about how stressed you are that you might be fatigued, you might have trouble concentrating, you might be taking more alcohol or drugs to cope, right? You might have stomach problems. So some of the causes of workplace stress, being laid off, or even just the fear of being laid off, right? Sometimes you're better off being laid off, because if you're fearing that it's coming and once it finally comes, don't you feel like a weight's been lifted? Now it's happened, right? But just the fear of not having work sometimes. More overtime due to staff cutbacks, we talked about that, people having to do more work, and they don't have any more time to do all this extra work, right? The pressure that some employers put on you to perform, to meet expectations, but you don't get an increase in job satisfaction, you just feel more stressed, right? And there's pressure to perform at optimum levels all the time. So again, people are oftentimes feeling very, very stressed because they're told that they have to perform to a certain level, and once they get to that level, they have to raise their game again. So that can be very, very stressful. So how can you reduce job stress? Take care of yourself. So make sure that you exercise regularly. You make good food choices. So don't eat a lot of junk food, eat more healthy food, okay, to make sure that you're maintaining the proper blood sugar levels and you're keeping your energy level up. Don't have too much alcohol or drugs like pills and stuff like that, because they just create another source of stress because they create dependency. And always make sure that you get enough sleep, but quality sleep as well. Aim for 8 hours a night. That's something that we always suggest. Some people can live on 6 to 8 hours, but if you're getting less than 6 hours a night, you're probably not performing at your best. You may be getting by, but you're probably a little irritable at times, and again, that can cause stress within yourself. Okay, make sure that you practice good time management, right? So prioritize and organize your day by practicing good time management. So we give you some ideas here to help you manage your time better, to prioritize, to break projects into small steps, and the like. So you guys can read through this if you want. And I'm not going to talk a lot about emotional intelligence in the workplace. We might have talked about that in your business career strategies course a while back. But I do think it's important that you do understand the impact that stress can have on you, and that there are things that you can do to control stress. So you can't always expect that the employer is going to say, well, you can do less work now. You have to also control how you react to it. All right. Now, let's talk about, when we talk about this concept of a healthy workplace, we also talk about workplace toxins and the dreaded smoking topic. Cancer is one of the leading causes of work-related deaths. So sometimes vendors are coming out with new chemicals that they may put in things. They might put it in food. They may put it in carbon that you're using in your printers, all kinds of things. And sometimes these, even though we might put a WHMIS symbol on it, it's not enough. Right, so people know it's toxic. Sometimes we need to make sure that we have filtration systems and air treatment systems in our workplaces that are filtering out a lot of the toxins. So employers need to do that. Smoking is another thing, and you notice I've got that hyperlinked because I am going to take you to an article where many times we find now that employers are starting to ban smoking, not just in their workplaces, but also many of them are not hiring people who smoke. So Health Canada is urging employers to implement smoking cessation programs to help people quit. But as I said, we're seeing a lot more now on employers who are discriminating because they're refusing to hire smokers. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in our next video.